Hi, I'm Gary, welcome to my channel. Today the kit I've pulled out of the stash is the Eiffel Tower in 1/650th scale from HELLER. This kit was given to me by the wonderful people at Model Works in New Haven as a challenge to me to make something different. Well, it's certainly that. Now if you enjoy the video, don't keep it to yourself, give it the imperial thumbs up, hit the notification bell and subscribe to the channel. It's free and a great way to show your support. The Eiffel Tower was, perhaps not surprisingly, among the earliest kits made by HELLER when it opened for business in 1957. Actually, the very first was a 1/100th scale kit of the Caravelle airliner. Nowhere on the box of this or in the instructions can I find out whether this is still the same tooling. However, I have seen videos online where the kit was apparently released in 2020 and has a 2000 tooling date on it. So I'm going to guess it is that same 2000 tooling. Anyway, let's make a start by looking at the box the kit comes in. So here's the box of the Eiffel Tower from HELLER in 1/650th scale. On the front is a picture of the tower, obviously in a beautiful sort of late afternoon, early evening golden light. Front light, little sort of boat thing here. I'm pretty sure we've been on one of these, like a dinner boat, and it moored very close to the Tour Eiffel and we got off. Anyway, that's a long time ago. As I say, 1/650th scale, 57 pieces in the kit. When it's complete, it'll be 188 millimeters wide and 477 millimeters tall, so almost half a meter tall. The same information is repeated on this side. On this side here, there's some basic comments in various languages. Really not very much there to say anything. On the back, there's a little bit of information about the Tour Eiffel itself, when it was created, things like that. There are some waterside decals. These are mainly for like the restaurant level and for the plate at the bottom if you want to put it on the plate. Recommended paints here, HELLER, Humbrol and Revell numbers. You'll notice HELLER and Humbrol are the same numbers, because that's just the way they are. And that's that. So why don't we have a look at what's inside the box. HELLER have these top opening boxes, but which are essentially folded from one piece of cards. And this is the way that Revell are going in the future, to everyone's great relief. Inside we have an instruction leaflet and we have several frames of plastic. So why don't we have a look at these bits in a bit more detail. This frame here is for the, I guess this is the bottom row of the first stage of the tower, with the legs that go around it. Then there's this is actually the top stage of the tower of the three. And there are, of course, 4 copies of this because it's 4-sided. So 4 frames for the bottom and very top levels of the tower. Then we have this frame. This is the foot of the corner of the tower, with a little stepway up into that, and then you obviously catch the elevator up the legs. This is the center of the tower, this construction here. This, I believe, is for the base of the tower, in between the legs, the main legs of the tower. And this goes around the central part of the middle of the tower. And again, there are 4 of them. Then finally, there's the first stage base, the second stage base. So you have the base of the tower, the legs to this stage, then the middle part of the tower to this stage, and then up to the very top of the tower with this stage here. If we look at the moulding and the plastic, it's not bad. There's a lot of sort of attention of rivets and stuff like that. It is a bit flashy at places, so I suspect they have done quite a lot of these in a production run. So there's quite a lot of bits and pieces. Some of this is a bit not very nice. But you know what? It's all there, and let's see if we can get that focused. There we go. The little steps that you go up to go into the elevator doors. It's all right. The rivets are there, or whether those are the number of rivets or not is an entirely different thing, and I ain't going to count them. But as a sort of a model of a monument, I think it'll do. It looks all right. I'm sure once it's been sprayed up, it'll look quite fun, actually. Again, what I don't like, because of the flash you're getting, some of this pierced work here looks like it needs cleaning out, and that's a bit of a shame, because that's not all that easy to do. Here are those decals I was telling you about. They're kind of nicely printed. It doesn't really make much difference, but they are nicely printed. This is a 0.5mm lead in this propelling pencil, so you can see they're quite well printed, pier numbers and things like that on there. So yeah, very nice little touch of detail at the base. The instruction sheet is fairly straightforward. Obviously on the front, this is what it should look like when it's finished. There are 5 colours of paint, surprisingly you might think, but there are 5 colours of paint. Most of it is like a sort of a bronzy yellow colour now. There's several layers of paint underneath it. There's a little description here of what all the various bits and pieces mean. There's a nice little potted history of the Eiffel Tower on the inside, in French, in English, German, Spanish. Then some basic instructions as well, how to basically do all the little tips and tricks of making the model. And then we start. So we start with the first stage and the supports for the first stage going. It's upside down, obviously. You put in all the bits and pieces here, and then strengthening here, and then the interior structures there, and then that's the whole thing. Put the bases on, and then it's ready. Flip it up the other way, and that's the base of the tower. These, I didn't realise these little decals aren't for the restaurant stage. They're actually for the admission booths, where you go and get your tickets for the elevators and get them. Yeah, so there's some more structure there, and then again, same thing with the second stage. You do it upside down, put everything in, flip it the right way up, and then put it on top. The final stage just glued together. All the bits come together here with the radio mast at the very end. It goes on the top. Little covers for the viewing platform here, and that's done. So, you know, not an awful lot there. So relatively straightforward. It's just big and quite a lot of it, and you're going to have to make sure your gluing is, or your positioning is absolutely solid and absolutely right, because otherwise it's going to be a very wobbly Eiffel Tower. There it is, brief but informative, I hope. There are not many parts, and with a bit of preparation, I think they could be assembled into a pretty decent model of the Eiffel Tower. Now, if you've enjoyed this video, please remember, give it the old imperial thumbs up, hit the notification bell, and subscribe to the channel. Thanks so very much for watching. Hope to see you on another video when I pull a kit at random from the stash. Goodbye for now.